welcome back to Mystic Matters. We are the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce. Good evening, Kristin.
Good evening, Susette.
So we're rolling here.
We're rolling.
The summertime is coming.
Rolling.
Well, it's here. It's really here.
Yeah, well, you say that, but my turtlenecks are still right up front.
I know, Kristin, but believe me, it's going to be like a couple of summers ago. We went into winter and then right into summer. There's no spring here in New England, but it is the only weather that we have. So what's going on down at the Chamber?
Oh, well, we have our open house.
Yes.
Grand open house on May 19th. We would love everybody to come and see what we've done with the place. Our Welcome Center right on Greenmanville Avenue.
If you haven't been there already.
Yes, we have been welcoming visitors, and that is our mission, is to welcome visitors and direct them to our members, and also to serve as a resource center for our members. So it's a great location, and our opening party is May 19th, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's a Friday. It's going to be food and music and prizes and all kinds of fun. So be sure to come on down.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So we're also gearing up for the art festival too. I just want to get everybody out there too. The second week in August, Mystic Outdoor Art Festival coming up. Still need some volunteers. So if you want to get out there and share your life with the rest of the community, we'll be out there setting up tents, working in the tents, alongside with the artists. And there's plenty of volunteer opportunities so to get in touch with us at the Mystic Chamber of Commerce.
Please, yes.
So we've got a great show tonight.
We do. Speaking of parties.
Long-awaited show
I'll tell
tonight.
you what, we went to a party a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
At this place.
At this place.
And it was such a good time.
Yeah. I heard the food was really great too.
The food was amazing.
You know, I didn't get the opportunity. I was on travel, but the first thing I heard was, "You're not going to believe this business, this ribbon cutting."
Yep.
And the food that we had the other night, and I said, "Where?" Well, Masonicare.
Masonicare.
The people that care, okay?
Yes.
And I'm so proud to introduce this evening Perry Phillips. Thank you so much, Perry, for being on the show, the new executive director.
Yes, thank you for having us. And we're so excited to be joining the Mystic community and bringing a great product of senior living. It's just amazing. We need everybody to come down and see it. The sprawling area that we've created with when you walk through the community, the high ceilings and wide hallways, it's just so exciting.
It is stunning. It really is.
And Jamie Cornell, I don't know. I said new. I don't mean old. But I mean, what I do mean is if everybody knows Jamie, she's been in the community for such a long time, associated with Masonicare, sales and marketing director. Welcome back to Mystic Matters, Jamie.
It is exciting to be here on the show again.
To
talk about us open.
Yeah, about you being open.
Now we're here.
And I think last time she was here, she had like the blueprints, right?
Yes.
And we were talking.
We painted the picture.
Yeah.
But I have to say, for those of us who have lived in the community and watched, I really want to say it's a beautiful place. You know, when you first started out, Jamie, you showed us the plans. It's like, you know, you can't really visualize it until it's up there, but you've been just great community partners and great neighbors. But just tell us where you're located.
So we are located at 45 Clara Drive, right across from McQuaid's Marketplace. We couldn't have a better location. Really the heart of Mystic, so close to a couple miles from downtown Mystic, right across from Old Mystic Village and the aquarium. So there's so much right around us, and then we're really fortunate to have the Nature Center as neighbors with all the walking trails.
That butts up to you, your facility. So you're going to set us up for the first video.
Yes. So we have great staff, and one of those staff members is our executive chef, Chris Frazier, and so he is probably the star of this video, along with one of our residents, Grace, and who is just talking about really the heart of, a big part of our community is the food, and why people come.
Well, look at this.
My name's Chris Frazier. I'm the executive chef of the Masonicare at Mystic Building here in Mystic, Connecticut. The whole purpose of it is to meet with them, show them that, you know, I am their chef.
Have I met with Chris? I'm Italian. I have met with Chris.
The goal is to get them to give me their recipes from their homes, stuff that they cooked for their families for the past 40, 45 years.
And so I said, well, nobody makes meatballs like I do. So he said, oh no, you gotta taste my meatballs. So he made spaghetti and meatballs. Well, they were close.
That's a tall bar to meet there, for sure. You know, they done that meal perfect for 40, 50 years, and here I am trying to catch up to them on the back pedal.
My name is Grace MICHNEVITZ, and I moved in here on November 30th. My son saw Masonicare being built, and he's an architect. He was working out in this area and saw them building Masonicare and said, Ma, I found the perfect place for you. It looked like a five-star hotel. Very classy. Everybody was just wonderful, and it looked like a fun place, and I like to have fun.
My name is Lisa Kennedy. I'm the Activities Director at Masonicare at Mystic.
Lisa is great. I mean, she asks us all the time. We'll have a meeting, you know, what do you guys want to do? Did you like the last thing we did?
That's the first thing you want to do when you develop an activities program for someone, is to get to know them, their interests, their hobbies, their passions.
We just have a lot of laughs. We go to the movies. In fact, this afternoon we're going to the movies.
I'm basically calling this a cruise that's not moving. As you're seeing, a lot of activity, a lot of fun. And so I'm Perry Phillips, and I'm the Executive Director here at Masonicare at Mystic. I love this job because it's really, for me, the grandparents I never had.
Thank God I'm in good health, and we'll live a long life, and a happy life, and a fun life.
Oh my gosh, Perry, I don't know who's having more fun, Perry, the residents, or the chef.
Oh, that really sums up so much of what I think a community like ours has to offer, and that's food, it's great people around you to interact with, and then it's programs, it's quality events that allow our residents to really interact and engage, learn something new. So it's very rewarding to watch it all unfold.
I love how he says that these people have been cooking this for 40, 50 years. They've got this recipe, and then they give him the recipe, and then he tries to, she's like, oh, it's close. You know? I mean, it could have probably been just as good, but she probably would never say it, right? But how great to know, to think that you could go and be still taken care of and have that kind of comfortableness around you and be waited on.
Oh, absolutely. Who wouldn't want to be waited on? Yeah. Perry, how many apartments are there?
Yeah, so we have 179 apartments, and in a short period of time, we already have 55 residents living there, and it truly is becoming a community, though. I think of the couple snowstorms that we had, and the staff stayed overnight to ensure that in the morning that the coffee was being made and that the programmings would take off. And you know, when you have that type of environment, everybody gets to know each other, and the residents, they really love it. It's their home. They want to show it off, and to see the staff interacting that way, it's just tremendous. And I think that's what separates us, really, is the culture that's being created, and the involvement with the staff and residents commingling, really. It's just a wonderful, wonderful environment.
Well, you kind of said something that they call it home. The people there that have been just there for a short period of time, it's already their home, and they're taking ownership in it. And I mean, I can just see from the woman there, which I can't pronounce her last name, she's got pride. She's got pride, and she's got ownership of her apartment.
Exactly.
So I think that's wonderful. What's the age when to enter into something?
Yeah, so to entry in, it's 55 years or older, and
that's not very far away from me.
Think about it. No cooking, dishes,
laundry. I think we had that conversation with Jamie, and when she said 55, I was like, a little way over that. But I mean,
the apartments are beautiful.
I'm thinking about it. 2.5 acres, having to take care of that. That looks really good for me. But so you've been there. You've been there a long time. But when did we start? When did you start?
So they broke ground. I want to say it was June of 2014 is when we broke ground. Sales office opened in July.
Yep.
I was fortunate to join the team in August, and then through the process, have been meeting with people and really kind of just interacting in the community, just to build awareness and just to start to build that foundation for us to where we are now.
And you've done a great job, Jamie, I have to say, because this goes way, way back. And like I said to Kristin, I said, Jamie, again, here we are again on Mystic Matters. And Masonicare also has been very good, partnering and supporting some of our events, too, in the local area.
Well, we really appreciate the Mystic Chamber and really our community neighbors and the other organizations we've had the privilege of working with. It's a whole community effort, and so we really value those relationships. So, and the Mystic Chamber has been wonderful to us. And so we're excited to continue that growth. And so we opened the building, finally got to open the building November 29th of 2016. So we opened half the building at that time, and then we opened the other half on February 8th of this year. So now we're up and running.
So Frank, we've got a few more images too that we'd like to show.
Yeah,
so Perry?
Right there, that was our last, well, it was actually on Tuesday, the 25th of April, and even though it was raining, we still superseded what we thought. We had about 400 folks going through.
It was a ton of people.
Yeah,
I was so impressed.
Well, people were curious.
Yeah, the rain didn't hold us down.
Sure.
And our great transportation team was valeting people
They had buses like going around the parking lot.
So,
how awesome was that?
It was just a great time, and we had our program, but for everybody to be able to see our staff at their best, and the food was just tremendous.
Well, and the builders were there, and then everybody was thanked. Like every single person on everybody's team was thanked. I thought that was really a nice touch.
Very nice touch.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of support from our home office in Wallingford, and you know that's another just strength for us, that we're able to bring our tradition of Masonicare to Mystic, where there's best practices, and then combined with the team that we've hired with experience. It's just it's a really, really good program that we're able to put in front of our residents. And that was our moving day, as Jamie said, the 29th. And that first day, we had 5 families move into their apartments, and it was quite incredible. And and actually, during that first 30 days, we had about 25 apartments where folks moved in. And it's really a credit to Jamie, Patty, and Colette, who were showing, like you said, people on a board of what was going to be. And
here it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's on move-in day. Our Cindy McGuire, our administrative assistant, and she's with Dottie Wilson, and kind of going over her packet with the keys and information she'd need. And before you knew it, the furnishings were in. It's a beautiful apartment. She's got her full kitchen there.
Apartment.
Oh yeah, full kitchen, dishwasher, refrigerator. It's got the oven, stove, and she still loves to cook, and she's such a great hostess. It's really amazing.
It's a little washer dryer unit like tucked away in the closet. It's really well thought out.
Yeah. And as you can see, the outside back in November, now we've got some green grass there, but these are independent apartments, 3 levels. You can see the porches and balconies, which folks are really starting to enjoy now. As Jamie and I headed over, felt so good to be outside, and our residents are taking advantage of not only sitting out there, but walking on our throughout our property, and being able to walk over to McQuaid's or to the Coogan Farm, the Nature Center. The walking trails are all behind us. It's just beautiful.
Now, every apartment has a balcony, is that right?
Yes, our independent living apartments do. So it doesn't matter where you are on that side of the building, you have outside space to enjoy.
Wow. Yeah. And where is this? This is another part of the...
It is another angle of independent living apartments, was showing the outside space. And that's just a side entrance. So if residents live in this part of the community, they have a nice access right there, and parking not too far to be able to be close.
And that was our first resident who had moved in, and he was actually he was our first resident to deposit back in 2014, and anxiously awaited Chuck Leza, and you know, he had everything mapped out to
so
where every
organized.
piece of furniture was going to go off the plans, and then even his storage. They have a storage unit down in the lower level, and he had all that on a schematic, and he was so excited to come in. He brought his cat with him, so we're pet friendly, dogs, cats, fish,
That's
birds.
impressive.
But,
The whole map, right?
He
you know,
was so organized.
and of course, you know, his family was so ecstatic that
Sure,
you know.
yeah.
He's got this new apartment he had been waiting, but you know, it's just a great place for children and grandchildren to visit. And you know, when I say, as you saw in the video, it's a cruise that's not moving, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like resort living.
Oh, that's why you had the captain's hat on.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Let's talk a little bit, Perry and Jamie, about the need for a facility like this. As I hate to say that, I mean, I call them baby boomers, but is that what we're looking at?
I'm saying that there's a silver tsunami.
Well, exactly.
Coming,
So,
and
yeah.
it is, and you know, what Jamie and the marketing team, it's really having folks come in and see it, have some lunch, because you know, a lot of these folks in this age population, when they helped family through it, it was in a nursing home.
Right.
And now to be able to see the alternative, this new senior living environment, and it really is where people can really start to thrive and create community again, and to be entertained. And a lot of our residents are starting to get back involved in the community with volunteering. We had the penguin actually come up from the you know, aquarium.
I remember that,
And then we took a trip down there,
Yes,
and folks
I was
signed
in the
up.
building.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
in the building when you.
I mean, we
when
got
the
a
people
special
came.
tour for
Oh,
them,
I know.
and they signed up
Yeah.
to volunteer, and we see that in Mystic, where there's so much opportunity, and it's a way for our residents to really start to enjoy things that they probably have put on hold for a while.
Well, if you're in a neighborhood, right?
Yeah,
And then people
yeah.
move out and people move in, and then you don't know
Yeah.
your neighbors anymore, and you're in a house, and then you don't really
It's
bump
lonely.
into them, and it can be lonely. So then
Yeah.
being on this
Yeah.
stationary cruise ship
Yeah.
that you're
Yes,
talking about, you're
right.
running into people all the time.
But what's so important, and we have not only the independent living, we have the assisted living,
Right.
where we have you know, caregivers that can
So
help
there's another part of
residents.
that journey
Exactly.
that they can move over
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Which is very important too.
And what's so important, I think, for the children of these senior adults is that they then become visitors and children again. So what's happening in the house a lot is the child
children are
is-
becoming the
they're-
caretakers.
Yeah, and they
yeah.
go there and they're fixing things, running errands, doing this. Where now we're doing that, and they come and they really enjoy the visit. So
Well, you
we're
know,
seeing that already.
I sort of describe, you know, especially Masonicare as we've gotten to know Jamie and sort of the whole process when all this was going on, is that, you know, you look at this sort of age group and the caretaking in that group too. This is not the end of the journey. When they come to someplace like Masonicare, it's the beginning of a new beginning. You know what I mean? You know, where they think,
true.
you know, if you're in your home and it's very difficult, I think there's sort of that level of, oh my gosh, this is how long can we do this till the end? When you go to a facility, especially this brand new one, which has got the programming and they're also being challenged. People are being challenged again. It's rejuvenating. And I, you know, I
Yes.
look at it as the beginning. I mean, another beginning, which is fantastic. I think, anyways.
No, it's a
You're
great way
so
to put
true.
it.
We have residents that are doing things around the arts or music that they haven't done in so long, or maybe, you know, we started a quilting club and they had never done that before. Now the opportunity's there.
It's
So we're
there
going to
again.
see more and more of that as we go along.
And if you don't have to drive at night.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! It's
I don't
right
even
there
want
for
to
it.
drive at night
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. It's looking more and more better.
You just like walk downstairs.
I may get that personal tour, Jamie. So set us up for the next video.
Yeah, so the next video is really, you're going to get to meet some more of our residents, a wonderful couple, and some more staff. But it really just kind of, I think this video really highlights the staff and the importance of just the culture that Perry spoke to earlier, just how we interact together, and it's really a family. So. As we're walking through the halls, we acknowledge them, and we know about their life. They have a dog, we know their dog's name, you know. You work in their home, and that is so true, and that stayed with me. We have the privilege, I don't just go to an office every day, I go into a resident's home. My name is Jamie Cornell, and I am the Marketing Sales Manager here at Masonicare at Mystic.
We walked in, it blew my mind. It was just gorgeous. It was nothing I expected. The apartment is airy, it's light.
Square footage in the apartment is larger than the square footage we had in our house on the main level. My name is Judy, this is Rafe, our 7-year-old Maltese, and my husband Mark. Everything is brand new, and that's wonderful. Granite countertops in the bathrooms and the kitchen. And the bathrooms are very nice sizes. They're huge. The closets are incredible. They're enormous.
The attitude of the staff is unbelievable. It's friendly, it's helpful, and in some ways it's loving. They've made us part of a community, which we didn't have before.
It's a big transition, and my role is to support every resident as they make that huge decision to move. My name is Karen Hawthorne, and I'm a resident services counselor. I get to meet families on move-in day. They get to know me, and if they have questions that need to be answered, I've established myself as the person that they can come to with questions.
I want my parents well taken care of, and I want them in an environment that they feel comfortable in and that they flourish in.
It's rejuvenating us.
When do we move in? When do we move in?
I have availability tomorrow. So
When we were there for the ribbon cutting, you could give yourself a tour. There was like on the program, it showed like exactly what apartments were open to look, and so a couple of us were just kind of wandering around, and there was 2 housekeepers that said, "Oh, well, I'll give you a tour," and so. It didn't look like they were in charge of the tours or anything. They were more than happy to take us around and to take us and then take us up the elevator and, to show us everything. So I definitely already have a testimony about that, about the staff, that each person, wouldn't be like passing it off or saying, oh, that's not my job, or let me get somebody, whatever. So yeah, it was fun.
Perry, tell us a little bit about some of the misconceptions of facilities like this.
Well, I think...
As we're talking, coming in from talking with the family, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's still a misconception that sometimes people will think it is a nursing home, where in fact it's an apartment where if on the assisted living side, if somebody needed, they can have a personal care plan provided around what their needs are. And that can change as needs change. So it really is just that. It's an apartment, and care can be brought in if needed for that individual resident. But it also is where there's safety put in place as
That's
far
important,
as
Perry.
where somebody has an access to have staff come to the apartment if need be. And really, somebody can get as engaged as they want, and if their favorite soap opera is on during the activity, they can stay in their apartment and engage in that as well. So it's really, I think probably the misconception would be that it's the resident that's driving what their lifestyle is going to be, not the community and facility driving that.
Right. And I think that's very important. You brought up the safety part of it. How many of us dealing with, or have dealt or dealing with elderly parents, this is a facility that basically is one of the safest facilities, if you think about it, for your loved one.
Yeah.
I mean, how much safer can you get?
Exactly. And think about...
But still have the independence.
Yeah.
Still have the independence, not having to,
Right.
be checked up on every day.
And think about the winter time where it's so large.
Yes.
And being able to walk through, it could be a major storm out and everybody feels safe. And, we have a little convenience store in there, so if they need the milk or the bread, they don't have to go outside if
There's a pub too. I would go to the pub.
Yes.
The pub is awesome.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't see that on the TV show here tonight. There's an actual pub?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What time does that close? Is it for anybody?
It will be.
Oh,
Yes, it will be. I mean, we do mix and mingles. The residents enjoy a great social time. So, and we're in the process of applying for our liquor license. So that's where we're at now. And so once we have that, we're going to be opening up our pub for the pub style menu, and we have some great things coming. So there's a lot that's already happened, but then we're looking forward to some of the other opportunities we have now that we're open to continue to expand our services and what we're offering.
But my next question was to Jamie, what's the future? I mean, if drinking is in the future, I mean, this is, you cannot not go to this place up the hill. But just for the audience again, just tell us where you are again.
Sure.
Just because we do have a span of people that, believe it or not, never come to Mystic, but I can't believe that.
So we are located at 45 Clara Drive. It's right at the same exit, exit 90 off I-95, and the same exit as the aquarium, Mystic Seaport. So you take the exit, we're not too far at all, very close to the Mystic Hilton, and very close, right across the street from McQuaid's Marketplace. So yes, we'd love to have anyone come in anytime to see, and we'd be happy to show you around.
Now, I've been telling people in the community, like cashiers, etc., that if they wanted a tour, they talk about it. I say, oh, just guess where I just came from, and I tell them, and then they talk about it. Oh, my grandmother this. Oh, my mother that. And then I say, if you go over there, they'll give you a tour, and that's true. Yes, no matter who in the community wants to see what this place is about.
Exactly.
It is. I mean, there is, I find it's my job we want to be a resource to the community, to those at whatever stage they're in. I mean, we all know someone, that maybe could either, they're in a stage of life where they're considering maybe this move, or they have a loved one that is in need of some services. And so we'll meet with anybody. We're proud to show the community, and we want to educate. I've been in retirement living since 2008. Perry and the rest of our staff have a wealth of experience. I mean, 10 plus years of this. And so we want to be able to get to know someone's needs and help guide them through this process. So we love to be a starting point because we can talk about different options, and we network with other professionals so that if for some reason, if we don't have the resources there or we're not the right fit, we can help guide people.
And I think what Jamie's saying too is so true, that people really don't want to wait for an emergent issue.
Yes.
And
so good point.
We're open to somebody finding out what are the different types of amenities and apartments, and it may be for down the road. But I don't think it's ever too early for people to look at what
and have that conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Perry and Jamie, thank you for being on again. And Perry, welcome to our neighborhood, and I'm sure our paths are going to cross again.
Thank you.
Once again, we are Masonicare, and also the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce. My co-host, give her a round of applause, Kristin Hartnett. And we will see you, good evening, next week.